Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. When you need to get from point A to point B, you might rely on public transportation. You might rely on an automobile. It may not be yours. I mean, if you're in a foreign city, and the foreign city may just be another city down the road, it's just not your home city, and you need a way to get around, and you don't want to rely on something like a bus, you could use a taxi. Or if you're in a bigger city that has the service enabled, you could use Uber. Now, we wrote about Uber as a service a while ago on lockergnome.com and kind of warned people about some problems it was likely to face. And those problems that we thought were going to be problems ended up being problems this weekend. We kind of prophesized it. And we can thank Kelly Clay for that. Or actually, you should thank Kelly Clay for thinking ahead. So with the Uber service in a city like Seattle or San Francisco, you can say, I want a town car to take me from point A to point B. And then the town car arrives and you're there without, riding in a taxi cab. And it's not to say that town car drivers are better than taxi cab drivers, but I got to tell you, I've been in a few taxi cabs and I'm very grateful for having exited the taxi cabs in one piece. Because they're crazy. I mean, even in Seattle, they're crazy, those drivers. So Uber apparently jacked up its prices this weekend with it being New Year's. And everyone's out and about, and so they're kind of running low on automobiles, taking people, not just things, from point A to point B. Of course, if you have enough to drink, you might turn into a thing. I don't know if anybody's ever drank themselves into becoming a vegetable, at least permanently. So Uber kind of got a black eye. And they came out and said exactly why they were doing what they were doing, but a lot of those Uber fans became Uber mad. Really, really, really upset. I've never used Uber before. It would be something that would interest me if only I could save money on transportation. I am a frugal chap. I like saving money more than I like spending it, that's for sure. And ask anybody around me and they'll tell you. So what I would likely do if it seems that I'd be paying more for one service or another, even if it is as simple as pressing a button on my iPhone, I'd rather get a hold of a friend and ask them, hey, could you take me to the airport and then possibly pick me up? And I'm more than happy to ask someone for that. They're more than free to say, no, I can't, and then I turn to the next friend. And, the cycle kind of moves on and on and on because I'm kind of far away from where the airport happens to be, at least in the Seattle area. Uber would be an option, but again, it was just, despite the convenience, to me, it was too expensive for what I needed. And really, it didn't match my needs. So be forewarned about a lot of these services. They may be convenient, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be the best priced options for you. And here's the thing. I'm broadcasting to a lot of people right now. The chances of you living in a city that is Uber enabled, they're pretty slim. It's not in every city yet, which is kind of disappointing because it's a neat service, but I don't know if it's worth the money. Now there's the question for you. How do you choose to get around if you're in a place where you can't be driving on your own and you need some kind of motor vehicle to get from point A to point B? Would you use a service like Uber? If not, why not? And if so, why? Share your experiences, especially if you've used Uber before.